O believers, do not nullify your charitable deeds by reminding others of your generosity or by causing harm, like someone who spends their wealth to show off to people and does not believe in God or the last day. Such a person is like a smooth rock covered with soil. When heavy rain falls on it, it washes away the soil, leaving it bare. Such people will not be able to gain any benefit from their actions. And God does not guide the disbelieving people. The example of those who spend their wealth seeking the pleasure of God and to strengthen their human virtues is like a garden on a high ground. Heavy rain falls upon it, doubling its yield. And if heavy rain does not reach it, a drizzle is sufficient for it. And God is all-seeing of what you do. Would any of you like to have a garden of date palms and grapevines, with streams flowing beneath them, containing all kinds of fruits, while the owner of the garden is stricken with old age and has weak offspring, and then a whirlwind with fire strikes it, and it burns down? Thus does God make clear his signs to you, so that you may reflect, O believers. Spend from the good things you have earned, and from what we have brought forth for you from the earth, and do not aim at the bad, which you would not take except with closed eyes to give away. And know that God is self-sufficient and praiseworthy.
O enwrapped community, arise at night, except for a portion of it, half of it, or reduce a little from it, or add to it, and recite the Quran with measured recitation and reflection. Indeed, we will soon cast upon you a weighty word. Truly, rising at night for worship is a firm step and a steadfast word. Surely for you during the day is prolonged occupation and movement. Remember the name of your Lord and devote yourself solely to Him. He is the Lord of the East and the West. There is no deity but Him, so take Him as your protector. Be patient with what they say and gracefully distance yourself from them. And leave me alone with the deniers who are blessed with wealth, and give them a little respite. Indeed, with us are heavy shackles and a blazing fire, and food that chokes, and a painful punishment, on the day when the earth and the mountains will tremble violently, and the mountains will become heaps of shifting sand. O people, indeed, we have sent to you a messenger who is a witness over you, just as we sent a messenger to Pharaoh. If you persist in your disbelief, and if you are not seized in this world like Pharaoh was, then how will you escape the punishment of a day that will turn children gray with its severity? On that day, the sky will be split apart, and the promise of God will be fulfilled. Indeed, this is a reminder, so whoever wills may take a path toward their Lord. Surely your Lord knows that you stand in worship for nearly 2/3 of the night, or half of it, or 1/3 of it, and also a group of those who are with you. God measures the night and the day. He knows that you cannot keep an exact account of it, so He has turned to you in mercy. Therefore, recite as much of the Quran as is easy for you. God knows that some of you will be ill, and others travel through the land seeking the bounty of God, and others fight in the way of God. Therefore recite as much of it as is easy for you. Perform the prayer perfectly, pay the alms, and lend to God a goodly loan. Whatever good you send forth for yourselves, you will find it with God. This is better.
And when people encounter difficulties, they call upon their Lord and turn to Him, but when He lets them taste mercy from Himself, a group among them associates partners with their Lord, so that they are ungrateful for what we have given them. Now let them enjoy the pleasures of life, but soon they will realize their shortcomings.
Or have we sent down to them an authority that speaks to them, proving the truth of their polytheism? And when we let people taste mercy, they rejoice in it. But if a misfortune befalls them due to what their hands have sent forth, they then despair. Do they not see that God extends provision to whom He wills and restricts it? Indeed, in this are signs for those who believe. Cursed is this human, how ungrateful he is. From what did He create him? From a drop of sperm He created him and proportioned him. Then He made the path easy for him. Then He caused him to die and be placed in a grave. And when He wills, He will resurrect him again. No, he never fulfilled what he was commanded to do during his lifetime. So man should look at his food. Indeed, we poured down water abundantly. Then we split the earth in a special way and caused grains to grow in it. Grapes and vegetables, olives and date palms, gardens with dense trees, fruits and pastures, for your benefit and that of your livestock. Then, when the tumultuous sound of the trumpet comes, the day when man will flee from his brother, and from his mother and father, and from his wife and children. Each of them on that day will have a state that makes them indifferent to the attention of others. On that day there will be faces that are radiant and bright, laughing and joyful. And on that day there will be faces covered with dust, overshadowed by darkness. They are the ones